Hello, I'm Anca Fotache, General Manager at Booking Holdings Romania, and I have invited Tiberiu Anghel, Senior Manager Global Security and Fraud, to tell us more about his career, about his passions outside the office. Hello, Tibi.
Hi, Anca. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Tibi, please tell us how long you have been working here, how many colleagues do you have in the security and fraud team, and what capabilities are delivered out of the Bucharest?
So I've been working with Booking Holdings for 1 year and 4 months now. I'm still counting the months. And it's been a tremendous journey. We're now up to a team of 140 in security and fraud just in Bucharest with the Center of Excellence. We have a myriad of capabilities, but I'm just gonna name a couple very important. So we have the 24/7 cybersecurity SOC, but also a 24/7 physical security capability for our partners, employees, and guests around the world. We have an extensive fraud team, almost 30 people that are reducing the fraud attempts with millions and millions each month. We have a couple of security engineering teams for not only Booking.com, but for brands such as OpenTable and Priceline. We have a very big privacy capability. We're now building other risk capabilities, so yeah, we're still growing. All in all, I'd sum it up that we have a 360 degrees view on all skills in cybersecurity, fraud, and compliance present here in Bucharest.
Thank you very much, Tibi. It seems to be a very complex scope, the one delivered out of Bucharest. Now I have another question for you. How did you start your career, and which were your first steps, and how did you envision your career?
Well, I have to make a disclaimer. I wouldn't necessarily encourage other people to have my track record. I actually started in the financial industry. I was a trader on the big stock exchanges for my first year of career when I was 19. But I had a very hard switch. At some point I went to London and I didn't really enjoy the culture of the financial industry, right? That has been my dream since I was a kid. When I was little, both my parents were working in banks, so I wanted to be a billionaire, right? Not a firefighter, not an astronaut. In pounds, I was very precise since then. However, in time, this shifted more towards building great organizations, right? So step by step, I realized that this is, if you want, sort of my calling. This is what fulfills me the most. And I think that throughout my career, I've been holding true to that, but with a lot of resilience.
Very interesting, your career choice. Yeah. If you think of the most important career moments, can you let us know which are and what was the impact of these moments?
I think one of the first was the very hard switch I did when I was around 20, right? And after that switch, I actually went to work with smaller companies to see how you build something from the ground up. And I was working with a company called Enevo Group. We were doing industrial automation projects, and we had a great one where we wanted to digitalize the whole dispatch center and make it, cloud-based without any bare metal. It was quite advanced for 10, 12 years ago. So we built it. The client was very happy with it. We built it, and I had a good friend. He finished cybersecurity at Royal Holloway, and he comes with the laptop, sits next to us and says, "Hey, have you thought about security?" And we were like, "No, not really." And he said, "All right, give me 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, he took control of everything. So first we panicked, right? Then we sat there for a second and said, well, this is actually a very big opportunity. This is a market you can develop. This is an industry that's going to evolve. And that's how I began to work in cybersecurity. So from, proprietary trading to industrial automation, I ended up with cybersecurity. So basically, I think that was a turning point in my career. I also think another turning point was influenced by the people that I had around me, and not only in the commercial, professional environment, if you want, right? I've been part of multiple associations. I've had the good fortune of being an intern at Aspen Institute and really going through what thought leadership is from quite an early age. And I think that was, again, a very, very important part of who I became today.
Thank you very much, TB. Very interesting answer. Now I would like to ask you, how did you choose the business services industry? And if you can mention the top 3 reasons also for joining Booking Holdings Romania?
Fair enough. Well, to start with the first one, I think the business service industry kind of chose me, or we chose each other. Before joining Booking, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I was part of a startup, right? It was still in the business service industry, but very far away from the corporate world. I think one of the reasons, and this actually gets me to why Booking Holdings, this was a project that combined most of the skills I developed in time or that I just have, right? So I've worked in startups, I worked in corporations. This was a corporate startup, so it made good of both worlds, right? It was mostly focused on cybersecurity and operations around cybersecurity and fraud, which is again something that I like very much. And last but not least, Booking has a different type of culture, right? And you can see that not only by just working within the organization, but by the way they promote themselves through the marketing they do. And that's not easily said by me, so I love traveling. I love to do a little bit of good around the world, whatever you do. So besides the project, the culture was a main driver for me to join the team.
And we are very happy that you decided to join Booking Holdings Romania and to bring value to the entire team and to the entire organization. Now, please allow me to challenge you a bit, to make an exercise together. So, what would you do if you are starting your career knowing the present and near future opportunities? What would you do and what would you avoid doing? So we need a kind of practical advice if you can share with people who are watching us.
I'd say I would continue to experiment. I would experiment everything that maybe sounds good to me. I think in a way that first thought that we have about a thing, it's actually a little bit truthful. So don't be scared. Go and experiment as much as possible. It might be a student association, it might be a part-time job, it might be a university project, whatever. Go ahead and do it because it gives that history that will help you to move forward. And even if it's just a game, right, or it's just very small, it still gives a competitive advantage, if you want, to others. Whatever you do as a young professional, don't be scared. I learned that the hard way later, when I realized that the projects I was scared when I was just a young professional were very, very small compared to what I do today, and I'm less scared. I think that would be one of them. I'd say besides whatever you like from a professional standpoint, you can be a security engineer, you can be a data privacy specialist, you can be a lawyer, you can be a lot of things, but critical thinking and problem-solving skills that come from the way you think are universal. And I think these are 2 of the main pillars of social skills that will be very, very important in the future, in any company, big or small.
So if I have to summarize what you said, follow the intuition.
Yes.
Live your life, dream your dreams, live your dreams, and apply your critical thinking and problem-solving skills. This is the advice that you are giving to other people.
Very well summarized, yes.
Thank you very much, TV. Very interesting. But if you look at the future, what are the top 3 skills that you would like to develop?
There is a disclaimer here because in a way I'm a manager, right? And I'm a people manager, so I'm not a subject matter expert anymore. I'd say for me, the most important are to still advance my well-being. And that doesn't mean not working over schedule or just working 8 hours a day. That rather means to be less impacted by the things that I do, right? And that is both in my personal and my professional life. I think that emotional equilibrium will be a skill of the future, actually, because of the amount of information that we go through. So I'm looking forward to reach a better equilibrium in that direction. The second one, of course, is on new and emerging technologies. I think that AI, quantum computing, the virtual worlds will play an important part of our future, and I always want to keep close to those and maybe take bits and put them into my everyday work. Last but not least, I like to exercise this muscle of doing a little bit of good. My track record is 15 years, right? Professional and personal, that really matters. And I've always got back more. So empirically speaking for me, from statistics, it works very well, and I want to continue to do it.
Amazing. So be kind with the other people because good things will happen to you.
Kindness will return twofold.
Yeah, this is a very good message, particularly in this period, but not only in this period. Thank you very much, Tibi. I have a last question for you. On the personal side, if you can share with us your life outside the work, about your family, your passions, and what do you do to relax, for example, in this period, and not only.
I do have a lovely wife and a lovely 7-month daughter. So lately I've been spending most of my free time with the little one, but with my wife as well, which is extremely fun. I'm in luck to have a very joyful family. Besides that, of course, we do like traveling quite a lot. We've been traveling before pandemics, during pandemics, and even now we're not really scared of traveling with a newborn. I like reading quite a lot. I think that's my psychological band-aid, if you want. And I enjoy doing that in multiple occasions. For example, whenever I travel by plane, I never do anything else, just read a good book, no matter the time or the time zone. I think this would be the main two. I'm also growing a forest, if that counts, and it's a hobby that I like the most. I always say that if everything fails in life, I'll just have a forest and I'll still will be content with everything that I did.
This is a nice hobby, if I may say so, and something very good not only for you, but for the rest of the people. Tibi, thank you very much. For those of you who want to join our team, please check our career website.